You guys remember those golden years of music? In the 1970s, it was a fantastic time for funk music, during which some of the best bands were formed and memorable songs were created. Join me on a journey through time as we delve into amazing bands from the 1970s that we'd all love to see again. Pink Floyd is a famous rock band from England that began in 1965. They initially became known as one of the earliest British psychedelic groups. What set them apart were their long songs, unique sound experiments, profound lyrics, and extravagant live performances. Some people even consider them the greatest progressive rock band ever. With their epic compositions and boundary-pushing sound experiments, they took listeners on a journey through time and space, past galaxies and nebulas of the mind. The original members of Pink Floyd were Syd Barrett, Nick Mason, Roger Wynn, and Richard Wright. Under Barrett's leadership, they had two popular songs, Arnold Lane and See Emily Play.
Emily tries but misunderstands.
And a successful debut album called The Piper at the Gates of Dawn in 1967. Their songs were like poetry in sound, their melodies like a dance of the planets around the sun. They weren't just an ordinary band, they were poets of sound, philosophers of the soul, visionaries who transcended the boundaries of human imagination. Deep Purple, a legendary rock band hailing from England, burst onto the music scene in 1968. They quickly gained recognition as pioneers of hard rock and heavy metal, leaving an indelible mark on the musical landscape. With their blazing guitar riffs, thunderous bass lines, and electrifying performances, Deep Purple captured the hearts and minds of fans worldwide. Their blend of classical, blues, and progressive rock made them unique. Their live shows were legendary spectacles, featuring extended improvisations and breathtaking displays of musical talent. Led by Ritchie Blackmore, they released hits like Smoke on the Water
We all came out to Montreux.
and Highway Star.
Nobody can take my car. We're gonna blaze into the...
Despite lineup changes, their influence remains profound. Deep Purple's legacy continues to inspire new generations. With their virtuistic musicianship, they push the boundaries of rock. Their impact transcended music, shaping a genre and inspiring countless bands. The journey of Deep Purple is a tribute to creativity and passion in rock history. Led Zeppelin emerged in 1968 like a storm straight from the heart of London. Their music, a hurricane of sound that destroyed and recreated everything in its path. With Robert Platt's divine voice cutting through the air like a sword, Jimmy Page's guitar thundering like the waves of the ocean, and John Paul Jones' bass deep as the abyss, as well as John Bonham's drums like the beating heart of the earth itself, Led Zeppelin had a major impact on the music industry, especially in shaping album-oriented rock and stadium rock. Throughout their career, they received many tributes and awards. Their songs were epic journeys through time and space, their performances raw and untamed like a wild beast. They weren't just a band, they were a force of nature, a manifestation of pure creative energy that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in music. Queen, a legendary rock band from the United Kingdom, quickly conquered the music world in the 1970s and became an icon of the rock music scene. The band, consisting of Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon, brought a unique blend of rock, opera, and theatricality to the stage. With timeless hits like Bohemian Rhapsody,
Open your eyes.
We Will Rock You, they defined the sound of a generation and inspired countless musicians. Queen was known for their groundbreaking musicality and spectacular live performances, with Freddie Mercury stunning the audience time and time again with his unmatched vocal range and charisma. Brian May's guitar playing defied the bounds of imagination, while the rhythm section of John Deacon and Roger Taylor made the ground tremble beneath your feet. The band constantly experimented with new sounds and genres, resulting in a diverse and dynamic repertoire that highlighted their creative brilliance. Despite Freddie Mercury's passing in 1991, Queen's legacy continues to endure. Their timeless music continues to inspire new generations, and their influence on the music industry is unparalleled. The Ramones, a legendary punk rock band from New York City, burst onto the music scene in the 1970s and quickly became icons of the music scene. With their raw energy and simple chord progressions, they inspired a generation of musicians. They were known for their distinctive appearance, leather jackets, torn jeans, and wild hairstyles, and their energetic live performances. The band consisted of Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and Tommy Ramone, who together unleashed a musical revolution with hits like the Blitzkrieg Bop,
Hey ho, let's go. Hey ho, let's go. Hey ho, let's go.
and I Want to Be Sedated.
I wanna be sedated.
Their signature look and lively stage presence made them symbols of the do-it-yourself ethic of the punk movement. Although they didn't achieve the commercial success of some of their peers, their influence endured long after their dissolution. As pioneers of punk rock, the Ramones paved the way for many other bands in the rock music genre. Now, their legacy will always live on as a symbol of rebellion and raw energy in music history. The Eagles, a legendary rock band from California, quickly conquered the musical world in the 1970s and became icons in the music scene. With timeless hits like Hotel California and Take It Easy, they defined the sound of a generation and inspired countless musicians. The band, consisting of Glenn Frey, Don Henley, Joe Walsh, Timothy B. Schmidt, and Don Felder, was known for their masterful craftsmanship and flawless live performances. The Eagles were renowned for their masterful craftsmanship and impeccable live performances, effortlessly bringing their complex arrangements to life on stage. Their music, a blend of rock, country, and folk, struck a chord with listeners of all ages and all backgrounds. Despite internal struggles and temporary breakups, the Eagles' influence remained undiminished. Their timeless songs continued to inspire new generations, and their legacy as pioneers of the California rock scene will endure forever. Fleetwood Mac, a legendary rock band from England and later America, quickly conquered the music world in the 1970s and became an icon of the music scene. With timeless hits like Go Your Own Way,
You can go your own way.
Dreams,
Now there you go again.
they defined the sound of a generation and inspired countless musicians. The band, founded by Peter Green and later formed by Mick Fleetwood, John McVie and Christine McVie, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, was known for their extraordinary musical talent and emotional depth. They were renowned for their masterful craftsmanship and dynamic live performances, effortlessly switching between genres like rock, pop, and blues. Their music, infused with emotion and introspection, struck a chord with listeners of all backgrounds and ages. Despite internal conflicts and changes in lineup, the band continued to have a lasting impact on the music industry. Their timeless songs continue to inspire new generations, and their legacy as pioneers of rock music will always endure. ABBA, a legendary pop group from Sweden, quickly conquered the music world in the 1970s and became an icon of the pop music scene. The name ABBA comes from the initials of the members' names, Agnetha Bjorn, Benny, and Annie. They were incredibly successful and became one of the most popular music groups ever from 1974 to 1982, and again from 2016 to 2022 after their reunion. With timeless hits like Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia,
I've been cheated by you.
they defined the sound of a generation and inspired countless musicians. The band was known for their irresistible melodies and infectious harmonies. ABBA was famous for their masterful songwriting and vibrant live performances, entertaining audiences time and time again with their catchy hits. The music, a blend of pop, disco, and European influences, struck a chord with listeners around the world and brought unprecedented international fame. The Rolling Stones, a legendary rock band from the United Kingdom, quickly conquered the music world in the 1960s and became an icon of the rock music scene. The band, consisting of Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, Ronnie Wood, and former members Brian Jones, Bill Wyman, and Mick Taylor, brought a raw and energetic form of rock and roll to the stage. With timeless hits like Satisfaction, Painted Black, they defined the sound of a generation and inspired countless others to follow in their footsteps. The Rolling Stones were known for their unparalleled charisma and magnetic stage presence, with frontman Mick Jagger mesmerizing the audience time and again with his dynamic performances. Keith Richards' distinctive guitar riffs cut through the air like a razor blade, while Charlie Watts' rhythmic drumming kept the band in the right groove. The band constantly experimented with new sounds and styles, reinventing themselves and staying relevant in an ever-changing musical world. Despite the many ups and downs in their career, the legacy of the Rolling Stones continues to endure. Their timeless music continues to inspire new generations, and their influence on rock music is not only undeniable, but also unparalleled. So what's your favorite 1970s band? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.